The final step in pre-production is collecting references. By now, we know what the level needs, what objects we'll build, and the overall look and feel we're aiming for. So the next move is to gather real visual references to match the design's intended style. No professional artist works without references. That's why building a strong reference board is essential for any project. Here's an example I've put together for this one. It's a small board, but the project itself is small too. The tool I'm using here is called PureRef. It's a simple drag-and-drop tool for organizing images, and it's completely free. You can download it from the PureRef website. It's also very easy to use. When you first open it, you'll see a blank board like this. To start using it, just find an image you want and drag it straight onto the board. You can move it around freely and even add notes. It's a simple but powerful tool, and many professional artists use it, myself included. Let me open the actual video. Here's my reference board again. You don't have to use PureRef for this project, or any project really. It's completely up to you. There are plenty of other ways to build reference boards without a separate app. A common alternative is Pinterest, where you can simply save images into boards. As you can see, these are some ideas I've been collecting on Pinterest. You can just save images into your boards and use them as your reference library. That works perfectly fine too. Another option is simply saving images directly to your hard drive. Just create a folder and store everything there. However you choose to organize your references is completely fine. Those are some effective ways I know to build reference boards, but what really matters is how you collect your references and where you get them from. The best approach is to capture your own images by going out and taking photos. Of course, that's not always possible depending on what you're working on. For example, in this reference board, if you zoom in and expand it, I've gathered inspiration from my own artwork, architecture, and different Mesoamerican cultures. That's not something I could simply go out and photograph myself, but whenever possible, especially with nature, the best references come from real-life observation. If that's not possible, online image search tools are the next best option. Personally, I prefer Pinterest because the images tend to be higher quality and more relevant to the topic. It's a solid way to collect references. As you can see in my search bar, I was looking up things like Mayan architecture, jungle temples, interior concepts, and similar ideas. Let's look at this Mayan architecture search. You'll notice it brings up a lot of high-quality, detailed images, which makes it great for reference. Another useful platform is ArtStation. If you're not familiar with it, it's a site where artists share their work and publish their portfolios. It can also be used to gather reference images, which makes it very useful. For example, searching Mayan architecture on ArtStation brings up work published by both professional and hobby artists. It's especially good for finding large, detailed concept art like this. It's a really solid source for that kind of work. You can see I've also added a lot of these concept pieces into the concepts section of my reference board. Finally, Google Images is always an option. Just use the image search. That said, I find the quality and relevance there isn't usually as strong as what you'll get on platforms like Pinterest. I do think this is a higher quality option for gathering references, but in practice, you should use all of these methods. Don't limit yourself to just one search or platform. For example, I might find architecture images I like, then collect all of those pieces and place them into my reference board like this. So you shouldn't limit your search to just one source. You should also look at your own work. For example, searching through your own art can give you a completely different set of images. All of these sources can become valuable references, so take your time collecting them. Don't stop after a few images. Really build out your reference boards properly. You shouldn't limit yourself to just one source. You can also pull from your own work. For example, searching your own art can give you a completely different set of references. All of these are valuable, so take time to collect them properly. Don't stop once you have a few images. Keep building and expanding your reference boards.